Oh my God, another sad news. Barry Cryer has died at the age of 86, with tributes pouring in for the beloved star. Cryer was known for his talents as an actor and comedian, as well as writing for performers including Tommy Cooper, Leigh Dawson, Sir Bruce Forsyth, and iconic comedy duo Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise. His family has paid tribute, saying in a statement, "It is our sad duty to inform you that our dear dad Barry, or Baz to his mates, died on Tuesday afternoon, January 25, 2022, at Northwick Park Hospital, in Harrow. However, we're pleased to say that he died peacefully, in good spirits and with his family around him." He was 86. Dad was a talented comedy writer and comedian in a particularly golden vintage. Incidentally, he never really liked the terms comedy writer or comedian, instead preferring hack and entertainer, and always thought the term national treasure meant he'd just been dug up. He was, in his words, arrogant in his humility. He had a gift for friendship, as anyone who still has a landline will testify, and a genius for putting people at their ease. Oh yes, and he made many people laugh. A lot. Over many years. Baz was, firstly, a loving husband to Terry for nearly 60 years and a gentle father to Tony, David, Jack, Bob. He was a friend to their partners Jane, Matt, Gary, and Susanna. As a grandfather, Ruby, Tom, Evan, Archie, Hope, Martha and Connie all loved him, and more recently, Ruby's daughter, Isabel, had the good fortune to spend time with him as a great-grandfather. The statement from Cryer's family continued, "Never lose touch with Silly," he said, quoting his idol Humphrey Lyttelton, "something we've all been very grateful for in the last few days." It also thanked doctors, nurses and consultants who had cared for their father. It'll be of no surprise to those that knew and worked with him that he was telling an Archbishop of Canterbury joke to a nurse not long before he died, the statement added. That was one of his gifts, making strangers feel welcome, making them laugh. It went on to assure fans that there will be a memorial for the star in due course. Born in Leeds, Cryer began his career performing at the Windmill Theatre in London but later decided to focus on writing. He went on to work with David Frost on The Frost Report. During his impressive career, which spanned decades, he also wrote for the Morecambe and Wise show in its heyday, alongside partner John Junkin. As well as his love of writing, Cryer continued to perform, appearing on TV in series like The Steam Video Company and provided the voice of the judge in the animated film Dick Deadeye, or Duty Done in 1975. Cryer also hosted the ITV panel game show Joker's Wild from 1969 to 1974 and was a panelist on the BBC radio comedy programme I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue since it was created in 1972. In 2001, the star was honoured with an OBE. He didn't stop working, delighting fans with an appearance on BBC panel show Would I Lie to You in the later years of his life and, just weeks ago, started a podcast with his son, titled Now. Where Were We? The podcast features interviews with stars including Stephen Fry, Miriam Margolyes, and Sanjeev Bhaskar. Cryer married Teresa Donovan in 1962, with the pair sharing 4 children, sons Tony, Dave, and Bob, and a daughter Jack. He became a great-grandfather in 2017. Giles Brandreth was one of the first to pay tribute, writing, "Rip Barry Cryer. Here we are only a few weeks ago. Baz was just the loveliest guy, funny and generous. He'd worked with everybody and everybody he worked with liked him. I shall miss his happy company so much, and his regular phone calls. He gave you a gem of a joke with each one." Piers Morgan added, "Rip Barry Cryer, 86. Such a warm, funny, and talented man. A giant of British comedy. Thanks for all the laughs, Barry." Stephen Fry said, "Such sad news, one of the absolute greats of British comedy, Barry Cryer, is no more. A glorious, gorgeous, hilarious, and gifted writer and performer who straddled all the comic traditions. Universally beloved. Farewell, Baz." Meanwhile, Neil Gaiman wrote, "I'm so sorry to hear this. I only worked with Barry Cryer once, on the BBC Radio 4 Anansi Boys, and he wasn't in the broadcast version, as he was unwell. But being in the room and watching him act and tell jokes was an utter joy. R.I.P. Barry." Richard Herring shared an emotional tribute, saying, "Losing Barry Cryer is like losing a member of the family. Utterly gutted that I've had my last birthday joke. He was one of my absolute comedy heroes and kept working right to the fucking end. A life well lived and a connection to every great comedian of the last 60 years. Rip." David Mitchell went on to say, "I'm so proud to have known Barry Cryer. He was a brilliant man and a bringer of huge joy who never stopped being delighted by comedy. What an amazing life. Please subscribe my channel and post comments."